Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Let's Play on my brand new channel! Yes! Hello everyone, I am Connor Gustin of the Insane Duo, or as I am known on this channel, the Insane Wizard. Yes, the reason why I have started a second channel here is because last time I tried to do a playthrough of Wizard101, as I am going to be starting today, it basically clogged up the other channel like crazy, and I knew Jeff wasn't a fan of it, I wasn't a fan of it, and I just wanted to make a brand new channel to just kind of shove everything about this game into its own thing and keep the other Let's Play channel for other games. I might end up just making this the MMO channel because MMOs take for freaking ever, and I know Jeff is not going to always be interested in them, so being able to have a channel where I can, having a channel where I can just do whatever MMO I want will be nice. Jeff might join me on some MMO videos if I do end up making this the just general MMO channel, but that's probably only going to be for games he's interested in. Anyway, today I am going to be starting a new playthrough of this game, and well, as for what school I'm going to be doing, well, the 5 characters you see here have launched their schools out the window because I'm not really willing to have more than one character of the same school on this account. I do have a side account where I'm willing to do doubles, but this account, not really. So, anyway, that means I am not doing life, death, even though I love death, myth, balance, or storm. So all of you who have been playing the guessing game cannot guess those anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit the new button and see what happens.
The spell is working.
By the way, this is the first time I've created a character in like friggin' forever, and I am going to keep my mouth shut during dialogue, just unless I have somebody comment, which I'll say after a line or two. Note to self, don't smack the ball that is currently on my desk.
Look, Gamma. Finally, we have found one. Oh! A young wizard. A student with amazing potential. Enough, perhaps, to save Wizard City.
Oh, really? Where?
Oh, a very, very distant realm. Oh, my goodness. On a world that does not even believe in magic.
Kinda wish we did have magic, just because it would be interesting as shit to see.
I wonder what manner of wizard they might become. Perhaps we should consult the Book of Secrets.
Headmaster Ambrose turns to regard you intently.
Okay.
Answer these questions to find out what type of wizard you are.
Alright, they do have a skip the test option so you can just choose what school you want, but I am going to go ahead and take the test just to see if I can get the school I want anyway. Trophy for my team. Blizzard because reasons. Favorite class in school. Science and math, probably, because because I'm not an athletic person. Why would I be playing video games if I was? Reading and writing sucks, and I haven't taken health classes in 3 years. Speaking of health, if you hear me sniffling every now and then, that's because I'm currently suffering from allergies. Screw allergies. Hard. Anyway, what is your favorite time of day? I could not fall asleep at night to save my life. What is more important to you? This depends on the situation, but more often than not, I do like to talk things out with people. What is your favorite animal? Not here. In case you're wondering, it's cat. In real life, but in terms of this test, polar bear, yes. Alright. This is actually the most important question, because the stone you pick here determines your school. Ruby is fire, amethyst is storm, citrine is balance, jade is life, peridot is myth, onyx is death, and sapphire, the one I am going to be going with, is ice. Ice wizards are typically strong, loyal, courageous, and honest. Famous thaumaturges to include Winston Churchill. Okay, well then why didn't he just use his massive amount of ice powers to win World War II? I don't know. Santa Claus makes sense, and Glinda, whoever the hell she is. Ice wizards can take a lot of damage, but are somewhat weaker when attacking. By somewhat weaker, they mean the absolute weakest in the game. Which is kind of the main reason why I have a hard time playing Ice, personally, because I am normally the type of guy that will just run in, do as much damage as I possibly can, and then GTFO as fast as I can. And it's weird because this is one of the few instances where Ice doesn't do that. In this game, Ice is the tank in the class that usually does the do as much damage as you possibly can before leaving thing is typically Storm, actually, in this game. I don't know why they swapped it around for this, or maybe I've just found more games where it's been swapped around and this is the normal thing that Ice and Storm do. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, my vision is failing me. Are you a boy or a girl?
Now, normally I would pick girl just to kind of go along with the other playthroughs that we're going to be doing over on the Insane Duo, where that involve involve a gender choice. But because I like to keep things equal, sorry, had a bit of phlegm in my throat that was annoying me. Because I like to keep things equal in terms of gender ratio on my main account, this one's gonna be a dude.
But now that we know what you are, what do you look like?
Let's find a decent face. That works. Why not? Don't really mind doing that. Plus it does kind of work with the face. Damn you, allergies. Let's go with this hair. And there we go. Look,
Good.
enemy is all shit, but I don't care.
What do you wear?
And this I just typically make the same color as whatever school I am at this particular moment. There we go.
All right then. What is your name?
Stupid allergy phlegm. Now for this I usually have a naming scheme. It's usually either Connor or Cassandra, depending on the gender. Something relating to the school without actually being the school, and then either Gem or Weaver, depending on the gender again. I need to, other direction. There we go. Connor Wintergem. Now let's get a move on.
Well, hello. If it isn't our newest student.
Go away, tutorial. I do not care about you. Anyway, before actually talking to Merle Ambrose here, I'm going to quickly switch rooms because I really don't want to be annoyed by other people right now. And trust me, there's a lot of other people playing this game right now because an update just came out, so a lot of people have come back to it. Anyway, let's talk to Merle here.
Welcome to Wizard City, young wizard. Things here are not normally this hectic. There's a problem on Unicorn Way that absolutely must be dealt with before we can get you enrolled.
Cutscene stuff like this is part of said update, actually.
I've an idea. Perhaps, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, you might take a look. You may be able to help. It will also let you see more of Wizard City.
Awesome.
The headmaster hands you a letter with an ornate wax seal.
Nice fade in there, me. Didn't know the camera would do that.
Please deliver this letter to Private Stilson at the Unicorn Way gate. He will let you through. You can use the yellow quest helper arrow at the bottom of your screen to guide you there.
basically also known as the crazy taxi arrow at the bottom of the screen. Anyway, here's where the current quest that you're tracking will be displayed. This here is your experience bar. The reason why it's already filled a little bit is because battles do give you experience in this game, just not nearly as much as doing quests and stuff. And the tutorial involves a battle, which would give you 33 experience. So if you decide to skip the tutorial, they just give you 33 experience for free, which is nice. Now,
You have just been given a tutorial tip. These will occasionally appear on the right-hand side of your screen. These are portraits that give you timely information when you click on them.
Shut up, Gamma. Anyway, this is semi-important. Crafting is useful, but only later on when you can actually craft decent gear as well as new spells. Getting a pet is actually rather important because that can up your stats and all that. And also give you new spell and give you item cards that you can use in battle. Catching fish is it can be useful early game for sake of money, but at the same time you don't really need that. Later on it'll become important because they require fish for crafting quests, which is player versus player tournaments, not really important, especially since you need to pay real money in order to enter them unless they have a free thing for members. Gardening is semi-important because that can help get you snacks for training a pet. And at level 15 you can purchase a castle, which is basically a new home, and until you get a castle you can only go back to your dorm room, which is very small and just kind of not all that fun to be in. And you can't even go to your dorm room until level 2 anyway, which is a little odd, but whatever. Let's talk to Mr. Stilson.
None shall pass. Unicorn Way is off limits. There are ghosts everywhere.
That's not really a reason to make an entire street off limits, but whatever.
You show Private Stilson the letter with Headmaster Ambrose's wax seal.
Looks legit. I'll let you pass. Show this to Private Conley in Unicorn Way.
Alright, just checking the recording to make sure it's still going. Shut up, both of you. I don't really care about you. Now, just real quick. I'm just gonna go over these three stats here. I'm not gonna go over the schools or anything like that because they don't really apply to your character, and they don't apply to enemies yet. They will apply to enemies in the future, just not yet. So once we get to that point, I will explain that, but for now, damage is basically just upping the amount of damage your spells do. Obviously, you want in the beginning you'll get pluses, which is just a plus certain amount of damage to your spells, whereas percentage will actually base it off of your basically percent will actually apply like some complicated math and crap that you don't really need to worry about. Just know that the higher your percentage, the better you're doing. Same goes for resist, only obviously it'll lower the amount of damage you take from spells, and accuracy affects how often your spells fizzle or miss. And normally speaking, you can kind of base that off of like how much damage it does, but for some reason, like obviously the school that has the highest chance to fizzle is Storm, and the school that should have the lowest chance to fizzle should be Ice, but for some reason it's Life instead, and Ice, for some odd reason, has the same fizzle rate as Myth. I never understood that, but whatever. Anyway, we do have a first spell here, Frost Beetle. Not overly powerful, but hey, 4 out of the 7 schools start with a spell that does that exact amount of damage anyway. So it's not like Ice is getting particularly screwed over on its first spell. Anyway, let's talk to Private Connolly.
Ha! A letter from the headmaster. You're very brave to bring this to me. Be careful going farther down Unicorn Way. The street is dangerous. I've seen wizards like you go down that way and never come back. Beware.
Ooh! In case you can't tell, this place is incredibly freaking easy.
You're arrival is a blessing.
Level.
We need help fending off the ghosts in Unicorn Way. Some dark forces have risen, and we don't have enough guards to stop them.
You're trying really hard to scare me here, and it's not working.
We would be honored if you would use your powers and chase lost souls away for us.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I shall end off the episode after I'm done with this particular quest, because I want some combat in this episode, for God's sake. Alright, Lost Soul, you get your butt over here. Now, as you can plainly see, the combat in this game is turn-based. And what spells you can do is determined by how many pips you have, which are these little white balls here, down here by your player's feet. The more pips you have, the stronger spells you can do. There are some spells that don't require any pips to cast, like these minor ice shards here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a frost beetle at the Lost Soul over there, just because obviously the game is an MMO, and because it's turn-based, you have a turn timer, otherwise no one would get anything done. And I just feel great. That is a great omen for the rest of the playthrough. And of course he gets off a storm spell the first chance he gets. Friggin' awesome. Ow. Now, you gain a pip every turn. You gain 1 pip every turn, and obviously the more pips you have, the stronger spells you can do. If you use a 0 pip spell, you will gain a pip. If the next turn, if you use a spell that requires pips to use, that amount of pips will be used, and then the next turn you will get another pip, but you won't be back to where you were if you decide to save up pips, obviously. Once we get to level 10, we will start getting power pips, which count as 2 pips at once, but only for your own school. Like, say, if you had a spell, like, say, in my case, if I had the 2 pip ice spell and a 2 pip fire spell in my hand, and I had 1 power pip and no other pips, I would be able to use the rank 2 ice spell, but not the fire spell, because I only have 1 pip for fire. There are technically mastery amulets that can let you use it for that can let you use power pips for other schools, but personally, I don't really feel the need to use them. They can come in handy for other schools with either less health or less reliable healing methods, but even then, quite frankly, I just don't feel the need to use it, personally. If you want to use it, go right ahead. It's just not my thing, really. Anyway, now that we've defeated those lost souls, let's go ahead and talk to Private Connolly. What is with this flap on our character here? That's just odd to me. I don't know why.
That's turned the tide for us. We'll follow your lead and get back to work. If only we knew what's causing this spread of the undead.
It was 3 ghosts. You can't handle 3 ghosts, really?
You should talk to Saren Nightchant and see if he can use any help.
Whatever. This game does have quick keys. They're usually very... in case you're wondering how I just kind of suddenly bring up my spellbook here, which is basically your look-through crap menu. There are quick keys. Most of them are fairly obvious, like escape is your options, C is your character, Q is your quests. But some of them are a bit odd just because... some of them are a bit weird just because some keys were already taken by other functions, like for instance, spells you might think should be S, but it's instead P because WASD. And pets is I because P was already taken again. Anyway, that's all I really need to mention. Let's talk to Saren.
Greetings!
Woo!
Professor Mulinda Wu sent me here to see if the rumors about the fairies are true. The guards won't allow me to go out any further, but they haven't stopped you yet.
Game, if you're gonna zoom in on people's faces like this, can you please make the faces look a bit nicer? Please?
Would you check for me? Just walk down Unicorn Way and see if you can find any fairies. If they attack, you'd best know how to defend yourself.
Anyway, as far as the graphics thing goes. I'll get into that next episode anyway. Because for now, I want to end the game. I want to end the episode off. I almost said end the game. It's like, no, we are nowhere near the end of the game. Anyway, I have been the Insane Wizard, and I shall see you next time when we defeat some Dark Fairies, as well as do a few other side quests, because I want to do all the side quests in Unicorn Way so I can be level 5 before I leave. Anyway, I shall see you then. Bye-bye!